Hello, everybody, and welcome to Easy Like Sunday Morning, but it's more like Easy Like Sunday Evening. Okay, my name's Fawn. I'm a channeler, and I will be a guide tonight in this journey for a collective. Today is 5/27 of 2024, which is a 22, which is a master number, and it doubles its power. So the two things that I tell everybody to do is meditate and manifest. Meditate, manifest. That is what you need to work on. And we also need to do some dark night of the soul work. That's a real big thing. So let's get into this, and I hope that these cards take us on a really interesting journey today. Now, I don't have to read 22 because we all know that that is superpower. That is 22 is a master number, and anything 11, 12, 22, 33, you don't add them together. They just double in power. So we're going to get right into, oh, that's right. I wanted to let you guys in on some stuff. I have been telling you guys that we are going to get the healing, and I've seen it in my dreams. It's going to be sound, light, and frequency because we are all energy. And they're also going to have like med bed technologies, and they have been saying it because Mr. T said he was going to release the 6,000 patents that are hiding out there, which is probably every cure for every disease we have. And I have heard that there is a med bed that will like replace limbs. I heard there was a med bed that you can go in and replenish your body and go back like 30 years. Could you imagine? Oh my God. Know what I know now? We'd have fun, wouldn't we? Okay. Now this is a good sign. It's not going to happen until this craziness is over, but I think we're going to start seeing stuff come out. Keep your eye on because big pharma's got to go down. Big pharma is just a waste of time and space. We have a natural immune system and we have the powers to heal ourselves. We just have to be steered to the right direction. So I seen this the other day and I watched it. Go check it out. It's www.zap, Z is in Ziggy, A is in Adam, and P is in Paul, surgical, surgical.com. This is amazing. They can literally go in. It looks like a MRI machine, but it's fancier. It's got like purple around it, and they put you in if you have a brain tumor. I'm sure they could do other kind of tumors or whatever. I don't know. But the mechanical shoots a red laser like on your forehead and stuff, and it's non-surgical. And they remove the brain tumor, and you're basically good to go the next day. So that is the kind of thing I've been looking for. I've been waiting for these healing technologies that they are going to bring out to us, but it's just such a long wait when I see everybody just sick and suffering. But it is that was a step in the right direction, me seeing that. And I don't watch TV much, but when I was watching Survivor the other day, I seen a commercial. I think it was an insurance commercial, and they said, meditate, manifest. I was like, oh, it's on commercials now. That's cool. So I thought that was pretty funny. So I hope you brought your coffee, your water, your tea, and we'll have cards. I also was looking through some of my stuff, and something come out at me, and there is no coincidences. So this is a mystery school message tonight. The Emerald Tablet, Tablet 10, the Key of Time says, list ye man, and hear a mystery stranger than all that lies neath the sun. Know ye, O man, that all space is filled by worlds within worlds, all one within the other, yet separate by law. The ancients knew there was parallel universes, energy and frequency vibration. Everything is pure energy. I thought that was a great message from Thoth because, Thoth, we communicate a lot, and it's pretty cool. Great teacher. So anyway, we've got the Soul Helper Oracle and we got a number 5. It's time for change. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. She has bloomed from the cocoon to the butterfly. She's got blue and pink, looks like forget-me-nots on her. And she's moving on. Everything within you is calling out for change. As is your soul, new momentum is in the air. New paths await. Change occurs through change. Break down any rigid structures that can restrict you and hold you back. Begin with changes that are easy for you, such as cleaning the house or throwing out old things that you no longer need. Ask the hairdresser for a different cut and buy yourself some things new to wear. Do something daring, something crazy, something that you have always wanted to do. Then find some like-minded people to share it. Change is more fun if you enjoy it with others who also wants to alter something in their lives. Talking about it will give you further impetus and strength. Now is the time. Wait no longer. This life is too beautiful to be wasted with avoidance tactics and putting things off. Otherwise, it could pass you by unlived. Begin with simple things, and the bigger issues will change by themselves. The key is not to give up. Change something every day, and you will see how wonderful things can happen. You are standing on the threshold of a gate of light. If by embracing change you manage to pass through this gate, it will herald the start of a whole new understanding of yourself. Be ready to face everything you find difficult to change, all the dark habits that are like pitfalls, ready to trip you up on your soul path. You hold in your hand a great opportunity with this card. You will realize that many things are not what they seem. We have been getting that in a lot of cards. And I'll tell you, it isn't what we seem. That is a true thing because we're looking out on the 3D world and we're seeing things, but I'm seeing things changing. I'm seeing things happen. And if we pay attention, you will too. It's going to get good. We're going to have that gut punch, but it's going to get beautiful after the gut punch. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the phoenix. Herbal essence oil is pine. Healing crystal is amethyst, and number is 5. The phoenix rises from the ashes, and so will we after this. We will rise to our energy and our power that we have. So let's see what the 5. We know the 5 is change, and the 5 always has some nice information for us. So let's see what it says. Number 5 tells you that you have a deep connection with the divine source and that nothing can prevent wisdom from finding its way to you. Your current priorities are fidelity, reliability, and loyalty. Focus on them and concentrate on healing them in both the world outside and your inner world. Number 5 brings protection, giving you the freedom to act more boldly. Its energy field is centering, bringing the strength that always recognizes and recreates itself at the end of a soul path, along with meditation, belief, and insight. That is a good card. We are going to go through a lot of the change. A lot of us have come out of the cocoon stage. We are in the butterfly stage. The cocoon stage is kind of like the 3D world around us, and the butterfly stage is like we're heading into the 5D world. And that stuff will look really small when we get there. So that was the Soul Helper Oracle. Now we have the Messenger Oracle. And we got a couple nice cards to guide us. Let your emotions flow. The other day I was having yesterday I was having a really stressful day. And today I had a really stressful day. But when I lay there and I try to meditate, I feel these butterflies. It's like a cosmic love that you don't get from 3D. And if you tell people, they might think you're nuts, but it's like butterflies all through your gut and your heart space. And that source is communicating. We have divine messages coming in. We just have to listen, hear. Emotion flows like water. They can be joyous like a babbling brook, as deep and strong as a river. Give yourself permission to feel and experience them without judgment or blame. Do not try to deny them, for that can only lead to harm and dis-ease. Do not damn them within you. Release them. Let them flow and go. Allow yourself to feel them and learn from them. As you embrace them for what they are, a natural response to the moment that you exist in, that will pass as the moment passes. We've got a few emotion cards today, and I know my emotions have been running crazy, and I don't know what it is, but I think we need to just try to balance ourselves out. I had to walk away for a while, and you got to balance yourself out, because you got to stay away from the negative. We really got to fight the negative. Even if we want to be negative, we got to relook at it from the eagle's perception, as we always get, and look down and see that it is so minimal, so childish, and so stupid. We're really at the point, I don't have time for that anymore. I don't want to make time for anything like that anymore. And I think we're going to go to that. We're going to go to the point where we don't want to make time for crap like that. Embrace the masculine. I guess that's the one that comes out. It's the strong. You know, I've noticed with people like me, like women or men that aren't real masculine, I guess. My father was a very strong man. To me, he was like Popeye. And there was nothing that my father really complained about around us kids. Like, he would come in with blood coming down his arm, and he'd just get a rag and he'd go back to work. But nowadays, no, they're not there anymore. None of us are. Even us, even women getting our masculine going. We've got to pull that out once in a while and balance it, because we're being taken to advantage of using the feminine aspect too much. Within ourselves, there are two aspects to our nature, the masculine and the feminine. Here in the present, you need to embrace the masculine aspect of your nature and let it guide your steps. Now is time. It's time to be assertive, to act with authority, and stand up for both yourself and the truths. Fight for what you believe in. Do not allow others to tell you that you must not or cannot. But remember, whilst you allow your masculine self to be dominant, you need to temper your assertiveness and determination with gentleness and compassion. That's what I just said I did today. You have to walk away. And my blood was boiling, but you got to walk away. It's hard. I am not going to lie. Even though you walk through the dark night of the soul, you have those people that didn't, and they just keep bringing up past crap because they're living in the past, they're playing with the past, they're working. It's a clam. They just don't want to let go of the past. And then they draw you into it and bring up your crappy past, and you don't want to live there anymore. You released it, and they don't get it. So you'll have that fight, that it'll be that fight between wills, the masculine, feminine, and nobody's gonna win. They'll go off in their little world and you'll go off in your little world, and nobody's right or wrong. Everybody has an opinion. We got Follow the Moon, and I love this card. Look at that. She's beautiful, with beautiful blue and just the moon just shining behind her. She's got her little scepter with the crescent moon on it. Follow the moon. 3/4 of Gaia's surface is covered in water, and the moon's pull can lift the Earth's ocean at the equator and carry them along in her wake. 2/3 of the human body is also water, and therefore you also are subject to her power. As she waxes and wanes, so do you. Take note, follow the moon's cycle, and take note of how you think and feel as her light increases and decreases. Take time to explore and understand her influences upon both your body and your emotions. Now, you know what? I needed this because we just went through a full moon. And I took pictures of it. Now it's dark, and in the darkness, it comes out. In the darkness, people's dark comes out. When it's light and people are enjoying themselves, they don't get the darkness coming out. When it's dark and people aren't enjoying themselves, they're bringing the darkness. That was a great card for me today because I had to think about where the moon was, and we just went through the full moon, so I know that it's dark out there. Oh, and I was at some friend's house tonight, and they noticed these lights going through the sky. They were just one after the other, and they thought they were planes, but I don't think they were planes. Um, so yeah, I don't know what that we don't. I said, did you take pictures? No, I was sitting there. I didn't know what they were looking at. I thought they were looking at the pool. Okay, now I'm going to. Oh, I got a head rush. Okay. I got to go to the angels and ancestors, not the practical magic. Ah, phew, told me. Listen to things that pull you. You know that little when you turn your head and you feel dizzy and you feel funky, and it's saying, "Look over here." Mirror guardian, take time to reflect. Look at her. She is reflecting in the mirror. She's got her beautiful wings of green and gold. She's just an angel. Take time to reflect. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. Angels accept you just the way you are, even when you are going through a challenging time. They still hold you in the highest esteem. The mirror guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are, in fact, what is reflected back to you by the world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within the mirror. The mirror guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on the strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to do as well. Yeah, sometimes we really feel down about ourselves because it's the energy around us, it's the people around us, it's how they're making us feel and they want to. People want to sabotage other people when they see something they can't have because they haven't done the work, the dark shadow. They haven't done any of it. So they're still crying in the past, and you're over here getting cosmic butterflies. So, you know what? That's a jealousy ego thing. And that you will get a lot of the ego thing like, wow, how she thinks she is getting a cosmic feeling, I mean, that's what they'll do. But guess what? I got the cosmic butterfly, and you don't because you didn't do the work. Can't help you there, but I love it. Anyway. So, I'd like to have my inner child come out for a minute. We got the Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. The Shield Maiden is the female knight in shining armor. In many ancient traditions, women were seen as equal to men, and so joined them on the raids and fought with them on the battlefield. In this deck, the Shield Maiden brings a fiercely feminine energy, the power to be a warrior while retaining feminine sensitivity. She is ready to put her plan into action. She's ready to go into battle. Her medicine helps us move beyond any unsettled feelings when our plans start to take shape and follow through with our strategies in order to be where we want to be. Shield maidens work together in times gone by to create shield walls of protection. So she also shows us how to work with others in order to bring our plans to fruition. Taking some time to assess what your next step will be. All great warriors have a plan. You're a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for this task you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestors' guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move forward. That is a great message because we all have spirit guides. We all have a twin flame, and it's not on this earth, but we do have a twin flame that is around us. And we have inner child. We have masculine, feminine, inner child. And when we abuse our bodies or somebody abuses your bodies or whatever happens, they're also abusing the Christ consciousness within. Because you know what? Source is not outside of us. Source is within us. So source sees all. So when they go in front of the big guy, I'm thinking that they're just going to have to relive that stuff and look at it again. It's going to be traumatizing. I think we're all going to do a reliving thing, but we're not going to be judged by our creator, Sky Father. We're not going to be judged. We're going to judge ourselves because we were a superpower before we come down here, and we had a glasses. I swear, I don't wear glasses, but reading, I have to wear glasses, or I'm like this, like my dad. I used to laugh at my dad because he had these. I'd come in from doing something stupid or whatever I was doing, and he'd watch me go into the room, and he'd have his glasses down like this, and I knew I was in trouble. I did something. He knew I did something, so I just walked in my bedroom. But yeah, I remember those days. But yeah, I have to have, of course, like my dad. I'm farsighted. So anyway, enough about me. We got the Lord, take charge with authority. You know, this reading, and there is some stuff going to happen. I have been really looking into some stuff and paying attention. The stock market is really doing some crazy things right now, and silver and gold are on the rise. And you know, the money system has suppressed the silver and gold. So when that silver and gold goes, it's going to go. And the money system's going to go away. So I think that I've heard they're talking some things about June 6th and this weekend. So just pay attention to your surroundings right now because they're giving dates, but I really don't go on dates, and I haven't done anything with the pendulum to really look into that. Maybe I'm so busy half the time. My brain is just like so if I think about it, I'll do the pendulum and ask it some questions. But I would pay attention in the next few weeks are going to be very interesting. Don't be afraid to take charge or use your voice. Be strong. The Lord is consort of the lady. He is the emperor in the traditional tarot. He represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. But this doesn't mean he is angry. He is self-possessed, reliable, and ambitious, a man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord is the oracle, holds a staff, and wears a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted in the ground and is proactive of his people. His regal air indicates he has a taste for the finer things in life, yet he is a sensitive to those who are less fortunate than he is. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There is no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. This card also brings the energy of ambition and can show that you have the potential to move upward on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are. These are interesting messages because you'll see where I'm going with this because the practical magic was take action too. That's telling me that something's up. Yeah, and this is a number 11, which is another master number. And this is take action. And this is balance. I mean, there's the gold. There's our gold right there. And she's got the heart. I mean, look at that. Her eyes are wide open. Her sword's up. She's got a crown like of stars around her, like protection with the golden wings. Yeah, she's amazing. Okay. Now, balance is the act of being courageous and bold, often in the face of fear or discouragement. It's what will get you to your goal. If you need a jolt of motivation or a push forward, meditate on and channel the energy of the power artwork. Valence invoked her bravery and determination. Breathe in her willpower, energy, and resolve as you continue working towards your goal. Put on her metaphorical armors so hesitations and worries are deflected as though they are nothing. Wield her sword to cut through obstacles and doubt. Absorb the ruby red power of her strong and precious heart and start to value your stubbornness, not as a negative trait, but as a positive force that will ensure you accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Reaching your goal is about being committed and dedicated, taking action to make things happen rather than waiting for inspiration to hit or for the right time to arrive. It's about using limitations and mistakes as opportunities to grow and improve, not as access to quiet. Focus on what you want to achieve and then the steps you need to take to get there. Be brave and determined enough to push through and endure any frustration along the way. Remind yourself that it will be worth it and that you have the grit to preserve and make it happen. View any setbacks or supposed failures not as validation of incompetence, but as validation of your courage and commitment. These are opportunities to learn and grow and to get one step closer to your desired outcome. You are a warrior capable of so much more than you imagine. Channel your balance and continue the fight. It's worth it, and you are worth it too. Wow, I just got like goosebumps when I read that because we have been getting the warrior. That was the warrior. This is the warrior. Um, and I told you things are going to be happening. So I know that the light workers are going to help people. And right now, I think we need to pull out the light worker warrior and be strong, know when we got to be masculine and feminine. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff that we don't understand at first, but it'll get there because our world is changing and there is no stopping it. Okay, now we're going to go to the dreams of Gaia. And the dreams of Gaia has some interesting messages for us. We got the Seven of Fire, and she is reversed. Now, this is heed your intuition, a feeling of recognition, inexplainable consequences, moments to repeat personal interpretation. Only you know the answers. Look beyond the surface and observe and be aware. Now, the blockages is divination means to foretell or predict the future. Sometimes our intuition guides us, and at other times it is a simple awareness born of observation and paying attention. At other times it is a marriage of both. Every day we are given signs that, if heeded, can reveal what is to come. The Seven of Fire reversed represents a need to watch for those signs and heed the insights they offer. Observe the people around you. Look closely at patterns of behavior that repeat and pay attention to words spoken that lack mirroring actions. Take note of promises broken, overactions to question, an inability to meet the eyes, and laughter that seems forced or contrived. They are all indications that there is more going on. Learn to watch, learn to listen. Heed what you observe and sense are telling you. If you have a tendency to dismiss them, don't. Don't ignore them. If your gut tells you something is not as it seems, then look beyond the surface and see what is truly there and then address it. The reverse seven of fire cautions you against being dismissive. Pay attention, look, observe, discern the truth, address the contradictions and inconsistencies. See the signs, even the ones that might seem a little obscure and insignificant, they may foretell a future that is not in accordance with your goals. And I always say with this card is she's holding her throat and she wants to speak, but she's not. And this is an action, change, transformation, rebirth, freedom, renewed, purpose, and joy. But it's a time to act. And with her, she's thinking about it. She wants to use her voice, but she's holding her voice. She's got her two felines. She's got her lotus floating in the water and her butterfly over her third eye with the source over her crown. So you can see how she has the snake around her hand, but she can't talk. So this card is telling you you're not speaking up and you need to. So let's see what, I knew it. With that, we got the tower moment, and that is a number 16, which goes down to a 7, and that was the 7 of fire, so that's 7, 7. This is destruction. So if you don't use your voice, if we don't use our voice, there will be destruction. We all right now have to use our voice, but we all right now have to observe and know when, I would say, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away, know when to run. That's basically what we have to think about, because this is either a rebirth, it's destruction of the old, I know that, but it's also a rebirth. During a tempest at night, a ship struck by lightning and burst into flames. The castle-like battlements on top of the deck are no protection against this force of destruction from the heavens. The lightning illuminates the sky, heaven with storm clouds, showing how precarious the vessels appear as it struggles to stay afloat in an ocean that is sure to swallow it whole. When the tower falls, you feel your world collapsing around you. Lightning strikes, and there is little you can do other than accept the chaos and change that it brings. This disaster is not your fault. You may be in shock at first, but this event is also a breakthrough. You are given a chance to see the world in a very different way. Accordingly, the card may signify issues with property and challenges to the security. You may feel vulnerable financially and in relationship too. Surrender to the universe, give up control, and begin to construct a new way of working, thinking, relating, or living. You now have the freedom to start over and a strong foundation on which to rebuild whatever has fallen. Breakdown, endings, chaos, surrender, breakthrough, beginnings, and enlightenment. We as a nation, nations, are going to be going through some really rough stuff. And it's worldwide. It's not just the US, it's Australia, it's England, it's Russia, it's all of them. The four corners of the earth, the Japan, the technology, Russia, the agriculture, the queen, the money, she's gone, but the money's there. And I remember, and the United States is the war. I remember seeing, putting at the bottom of my thing when I wrote this a long time ago. I started channeling messages when I wrote it, and I put at the bottom, all roads lead to Rome. Rome has a lot to do with a lot of things. I've had dreams about Rome, like the soul of Italy, the freedom fighter. I really think at one point in my past, I was masculine and I was a freedom fighter because I have traveled there so many times in my dreams. Venice, Italy. I've never been to Italy. I'd love to, but I've never been there. I've never really looked into it, but it comes up a lot in my dreams. Okay, now we've got the five of air and it was reversed. And this is the one where she took the mask off, but she still has the blindfold on. And we've got the white feathers, which is the angel calling card. These are divine messages because our angels are always with us. She's got dragonflies floating around, and there's lightning in the background in the dark. Illusion, reality, separation, self-sabotage, self-deception, criticism, conditioning, healing. A conflict between reality and belief. A time for honesty. Let go of illusion and pretense. Face a painful reality. You are not alone. Advice and constructive criticism are not a personal attack. Drop the mask, reveal your true self, forgive others for wearing their mask too. Now, we got a blockage going on because she was reversed. As with all of the five cards, the five of air reversed offers a second challenging message regarding the choice to wear a mask, whether it be a personal message or a pertaining to someone close by. The five of air reversed is advising you to be cautious, mispresenting yourself, a situation, or another person. The truth will always come out. So it is better not to embellish or fabricate, even if you only weave little lies in order to fit in with the crowd and belong. If you are wearing a mask, put it aside and reveal your true self. Don't be afraid of rejection. Yes, you might lose a few friends by revealing the truth, but you will also draw to those who admire your honesty and authenticity, who like you for who you are. If the roles are reversed and it is another who lies, then in this situation, it might pay to show empathy and compassion. When the mask slips, try not to judge too harshly or condemn. Embrace them, forgive them. Doing so will give them confidence and may help them to keep the mask off instead of putting it back on. That's a great message because a lot of us walk around with a mask on. Yeah, so far this is an interesting reading. And when the cards come out, it was going to be pretty interesting, especially with what's going to be going on here real soon. Okay, the 9 of Wands. And that's defense. Protect what is yours by all means, but free up your thinking, create some mental space to plan for the future. This 9 sees you exerting yourself to the full, protecting your job, your property, or otherwise defending your actions. You may have made sacrifices in the past and feel that you need to justify these by staying put. However, you may need to ask yourself if you're holding on too tightly due to fear. Is this need for constant vigilance an exhausting habit rather than a free choice? Determination, challenges, sacrifices, hard work, protection, rigidity, and fear. To me, it feels like someone is trying to be their real self, taking the mask off, but their defense, their fear. There is fear in that to release your true self to some people because as you are looking at them, they might not accept you. But guess what? Do you really want to be accepted by people do you really want to be around people that you feel that you may not be accepted by? I don't. And I think we're going to get beyond that. I think we're going to start to come out of that sense of just needing everybody's approval, because we don't. We got the nine of air, and I love this card. Is amazing. This card tells so much. I mean, she's got the luminous body, and she's got the dagger right there, and she's got the lotus flower in her hand, and her fingers are on fire. She's got so much energy, and she's plugged in. Yeah, that's oh, this is also the one, and I don't know if you guys can see it. I didn't see it for the longest time. There's an eagle over her eye. You can see the feathers coming out here. It's really hard, but you can kind of see it there. It's really hard to see what I didn't even see it at first until I started really looking at it. That's a beautiful card. Open to possibilities. Possibilities are infinite. Know thyself and know the universe. What dwells within you dwells within nature. Belief creates all that exists was first imagined. Fantasy is the birthplace of reality. You were born to create. Imagine your fears away. Now, this is in they don't have one. Never mind. The nine of air represents the imagination and our connection to the universal consciousness or universal mind. It signifies the importance of knowing thyself. For in truly knowing thyself, one will know both the universe and the power of the void. As yourself, what if the universe we dwell within is actually the mind of another being? I thought of that. I thought about that. Could you imagine if you were somebody's thought? Oh my goodness. I don't think if you were with somebody's thought, I don't think you'd be with somebody else. I think you'd just be their thought. I always said, what if we were dreaming? I've said that too before because something happened in 2012. They had the Hopi Indians, the Mayan calendar, the Mayan calendar. We were supposed to be the end of the world. Everybody's freaking out for December 25th, 2012. But after that, I think it was a little bit after, I'd say, I don't think it was 2013 yet. I seen an interview with some people from CERN and I saved it on my history and it's no longer there. But they said, how how can we tell the world that we changed it as they know it? Or we ended the world. Oh, we ended the world as they know it. So what did they do at CERN in 2012? 2011 and 12, I started waking up. I started waking up to the money system. And I knew it was fake, fraudulent, and that we were just their worker bees. And there was a lot of other things that were hiding. And that's when I started to do my research. And everybody should do research. I mean, I could tell you something and I could be wrong, but I usually research a lot and make sure it's right before I come on and say anything. And then I tell y'all to go and research it too. Okay, let's see where we were. What if the universe is in reality a God mind and we the creation of another being's imagination? What if within our minds there exist universes within universes? We know that. Where creatures that we dream of and imagine dwell in the same way we do upon the earth. Within their minds are more universes, like fractals, where the same pattern repeats and creates our minds containing a universe, and within the universe repeats and creates our creatures and beings who also have universes within their minds. The universe in which we dwell is one of a billions existing within the mind that is yet another universe. The pattern repeats in both directions, exponentially creating an infinite number of universes and realities. Now ponder a moment. What if we look within and discover, realms within our mind. We create new worlds and realities with our belief. We choose to believe in something, and that world either evolves with our beliefs or ceases to be. Completely universe overlaps and are born and die forever, bond to the life and belief of the God mind that created them. What if billions of lives were dependent upon our belief for their very existence? Would it not be wise to believe with understanding and knowledge? Would that not create a universe that is a little more constant and conducive to life? What if we are the only beings within this universe because the God mind in which we dwell is a young mind with limited exposure and at this time only believes in our existence? It's kind of an interesting concept. Pythagoras is credited with saying, "Man, know thyself, and you will know the universe in which God dwells." Simply put, he believed that to know oneself was to know the universe and the power of God, and he is correct. Everything man has within our physical reality that is not born of the natural world was first imagined by man. The television, the phone in your hand, the laptop on your desk, the movies you watch, the car you drive, everything that man has created was first imagined by their inventor. Moreover, when those brave souls voiced their desire to create their their new and strange contraptions, they were seen as crazy, eccentric, and foolish. They were told that what they wanted to create was fantasy. At one time or another, everything we have in our present reality was once deemed to be an impossible fantasy, and yet now these things exist, and we take their existence for granted. This is the power of the mind, and the mind's true potential has not yet even begun to be understood or known. All we do know is that the only limit to the mind and what it can do is one that we, the individual, place upon it. We are only limited by our imagination or a lack of it. By looking within, learning and understanding the mind and the complex manner within, learning and understanding the mind and the complex manner in which it controls our lives and how it has taken our life experiences and used them to influence. All we do and all that we are, we can choose to unlearn some beliefs, change our thinking, and embrace a new, less restrictive way of thinking. You can become the God mind that you are, and within your mind, you can imagine and make what you imagine into reality. We live in a society that admires innovation and creativity, and yet paradoxically fears it, and at times actively seeks to destroy the desire to create. We may be exposed to teachers who punish those who ask questions and challenge the answers because they know there is a better way. We might be ridiculed by family and friends when we use our imaginations and speak of things that are deemed to be fantastical and unbelievable. But again, all that exists in our present reality was once fantasy and dwelt only in the mind. We may find we are repeatedly trained to reject creative endeavors as a waste of time and effort. The nine of air represents the importance of knowing your mind, understanding the beliefs and thoughts that limit and restrict you, and freeing your imagination. Now it is time to embrace innovation and creation. It is time to step into the realms of the unknown and imagine, to enter the void. Where your imagination is most powerful, and bring what you find there to life. You are born of a universal consciousness. You are capable of greatness, but all too often you may have been punished for seeking it. Nonetheless, it is time to let go of any unconscious bias against creativity and embrace it as the expression of human power and ingenuity that it is. You are as powerful as your mind allowing you to be. You are as creative as your mind allows you to be. Don't be afraid to embrace your beautiful imagination. The void in which it resides is the womb that gives birth to a universe that is teeming with life and possibilities. To imagine and create is to make divine magic. You were born of a creative universal consciousness. You were born to create. That was a good card. Now I got to get this little guy put back in the book because this is going to be an interesting one in a minute. Okay, now it was hot down here in Florida today. I am sweating right now. We've got the air on. It was 98 degrees here today. It was basically a real feel 100. And I didn't land the sun today. But I was out there for a while helping a friend do her pool. And I almost had coffee tonight and I started sweating drinking. It's so hot. I can't do hot. Cold shower time. Okay, now we got the Three of Pentacles. Wreck it with this one. This is the clarifier. It's time for acknowledgement. As your work receives positive attention, whether making a speech, organizing an event, or demonstrating your skills to others, your success is public rather than private. On the home front, this 3 can show that now is the time to make your home presentable so you can tell it, or to renovate or redecorate your property. Whatever you do now, you can take pride in, and your work will have a lasting effect. Show off your work and be proud of your achievements. Further success is on this card. Okay, now. Okay, I'm not that tired, guys. I'm just hot and yeah, I guess I am. I didn't have a lot of coffee today, and I usually drink a lot of caffeine, which I'm drinking right now because I need caffeine. Wakes me up. I probably don't need it, but I want it. Okay. Now, this is what is before us. And I've been pulling this as something different because I feel that we need something different. We're going to step out of the box with some of these cards. The Three of Fire come up, and he's reversed. And I like this little guy. I call him a little journey guy. He's got a little hobo bag and his little wallet and his little potion, probably his crystals, and he's got the black mountains, sparkling mountains behind him. And he's headed somewhere. Look at that grin. He's like, see, bye. He kind of reminds me of that Christmas show with the Heat Miser in it. It's Heat Miser and his brother Cold or something. Okay, necessary sacrifices. Experiment, practice, and refine. Avoid copying those who inspire. Step out into the great unknown and trust. Put your objectives first. Avoid cutting corners. Pay attention to details. And have you lost your direction? When the Three of Fire appears reversed in your reading, it represents a need to look closely at what you are doing. Watch where you are going. Do not allow yourself to fall or trip or become lost because you are not paying attention. Remember, your objectives and goals, do not lose sight of them. Is there something you might be missing because you have not paid close enough attention? Are you cutting corners that may ultimately cost you more than they have saved you because they might destroy a good reputation? Think back to your original plans and what you hope to achieve. Are you living true to your vision, or have you lost your way? Take a moment to pause and get your bearings so you can move forward with confidence. I like that. This has been a really good reading so far. We got a couple more. Of course. We're not going to stop there. We got the Gateway of Light activation, and we got the Chamber of the Violent Flame, karmic release, and radical transformation. Because we have radical transformation coming in this world. Pay attention, because these cards are saying something's out of the seams, radical transformation, changes, new world, all the above. Yeah, pay attention. The Violet Flame is a spiritual retreat space that holds a powerful energy of transformation and transmutation. It can be visited in meditation and invoked through prayers and affirmation. Spiritually, it is seen within a chamber, often as a giant roaring flame, and sometimes with silver and gold shining through the violet. When we connect with the violet flame, We are being given the opportunity to detach from lower vibrational experiences and turn darkness into light. And ultimately, this is the gateway of alchemy. Alchemy is the art of turning lead into gold. And so, from an energetic perspective, the violet flame is where we place all that is leaden and heavy in our life and turn it into golden opportunities. When you receive this card, know that the violet flame of transformation has been brought to you by your angels and guides. They are encouraging you to see that you are in a space of radical transformation. Transformation can be overwhelming, but know the hand of the divine is leading the way. All past trauma is now being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on releasing all of the energies that are no longer serving you. The violet flame is here to transmute fear into love. If any fear is rising up inside you now, know that it is simply a call for love. Call the strongest form of love you know and allow those in your inner circle to support you through this transformational time. You are an alchemist with the capacity to take all the leaden aspects of your life and turn them into golden opportunities. You can align your life with the divine plan now and live in a more purposeful way. That's interesting that it said that. You know what? I am going to read this one, which I usually read at the end. But because it's talking about the gold and the leaden, and we got the human spirit work, and we get a number 8, which is infinity, and it says, I'm golden. Solid 18 karat, 24 karat, or just gold plated? What does this mean to you? Are you golden in a way where you have dipped everything in your life into a shiny overcoat, leaving you to feel luxurious inside? Or are you truly golden from the inside out, meaning you have tended to your needs both mentally and physically? You have put in the work, the self-love, and have checked your mind, body, and soul, and are feeling above all else full of the golden shine. Know your worth. If you're unsure about something you feel, do a little digging until you get to the heart of the matter. A little personal mining, if you will. Sometimes we need to hack away at the stone to get our glimmer and shine. When we shine, we leave a little glow wherever we go. Remember, even gold must be pulled from a dull rock. Oh, I like that. I like that. How it says, when we shine, we leave a little glow wherever we go. I like that. Okay. I'm going to read this one last because I just had to read the gold with the other one because it just seemed to coincide with each other. Now, we've got the Divine Master, and we got Guru Ramadas, and he's miraculous moments. Harmony surrounds you, expect miracles. Folks, we are going to get miracles. We are going to have a gut punch. I don't know if they're going to do the fake Project Bluebeam alien invasion. I know they're talking about like a cataclysmic black swan event. I've heard a lot of different things. I know the Statue of Liberty is going to come down, but not by the hands of man because not a good thing. It's Lucifer the light bearer, and it's a dude. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that we have no idea. And when the EBS comes, and it's going to come worldwide, it don't matter if you're in Australia, Spain, the United States, wherever. We're going to get it worldwide. When that EBS comes, everything's going to change. We are going to be sitting in our house for, I'm thinking, they're saying like 10 days. So have water and some food in your place just in case. Just keep it stocked, even if it doesn't happen. It's better to have that, your supplies, like some batteries, flashlights, things like that. I don't think the electric's going to go off. We're going to be watching a movie. We are going to be watching a documentary of what we just went through, and we're watching out in the world because a lot of people are see it to believe it people. So you know what? You got to see it and then you'll believe it. Because we've been saying things that were happening for since 2017, and people said we were conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hat people. They're all coming true. So we knew, and we followed number 17 in the alphabet, and that is military, and that is Army Special Forces. And I kept saying, I seen the Army in a dream, and I seen the Air Force in a dream. And we also have the space, what is it? Space, yes, space mission. So there's a lot of things going on that we're not seeing. Guru Ramadas was the fourth guru of Sikha, serving from 1574 until 1581. Born as Jetha in Lahore, he was orphaned at 7 and raised by his maternal grandmother. When he was 12, they moved to the city of Gondaval, where they met Guru Amar Das. Feeling a deep calling from within, Jetha took him as his mentor and teacher, and later married his daughter instead of choosing one of his own sons as his successor. Guru Amar Das chose Jetha and renamed him Ramadas, servant of God. Guru Ramadas was the founder of the holy city of the Amritsar, sacred to the Siska, even though there was a lot of unrest at the time. Through selfless service and conviction, he and his devotees were able to pacify and restore his holy land, and thus his energy helps make the impossible possible. The 5th and 10th Sikha gurus were all directed descendants of Guru Ramadas. The blessings of the Guru Ramadas are with you now. Even in the odds are stacking up against you, you are being guided to expect miracles. If you feel that there are energies, people, or situations trying to stop you from being yourself or from living the life you feel called to live, know that by staying connected to God, you will prevail. Don't allow anyone or anything to stand between you and your dreams. By staying committed to your visions, you allow what may seem impossible to become reality. The Divine Master wants you to know that all things are possible and that you are worthy of light, healing, abundance, and support. If you feel that the miracle you need is to hug, to achieve, then you must know that you are only limited to your mind. Don't measure what seems possible. Just trust and let miracles become your reality. We are going to see miracles. We are going to see devastation. We are going to see miracles. We are going to see all kinds of stuff. I'm still looking into a lot of things. And just lost my glasses. There's a lot of things that we, like I said, we are not seeing. And we will be able to see them soon. I think it's getting wound down. And the end is coming real soon. That's why these cards are saying take action, protect yourself, put that energy bubble around you and protect you and your family, because there is going to be darkness, not just light, darkness. There's going to be things happening, and we just need to pay attention and be strong, be masculine when we need to, be feminine when we need to, and know when to use our inner child. That right now is all I can say. I'm still looking into this. And we'll see what happens. We have not got the winner yet. What's happening is they're putting their names in, and unless they follow me daily, they're forgetting about it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave her name up, and at the end of this month, the last day of the month. I'm thinking I'm going to do a video and I'm going to remind everybody, okay? And we're going to pick a number, 1 to 629. That's how many subscribers we have. So whoever's closest, it doesn't matter if you go over or under, whoever's closest, the next day I will read the number. Or that day, what I'll do is, yeah, I'll have to. I'll have to let it go for a day at least. And I'll announce it and I'll say, okay, pick a number, put it in the comments, and we'll see from there. So that way I'll just pick the number, have the number ready, and that way whoever came closest gets a free reading and they'll be ready because they just played the game and it's still fresh in their mind. So I think that's what we're going to do because I guess it's too hard because, not everybody visits me every day. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. Okay. Now, I love everybody and stay safe out there. It's going to get rocky. Just remember what I said. It's going to get rough. And just know that it's going to be amazing when it's all over. So I love everybody and may every step in your journey be magical and just be you.